Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States, which is 10 a.m. if you're in Australia or 1 a.m. if you're in the UK. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Remember guys, if you do miss the live streams, you can catch up at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch channel. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/PhilDoes3D, because I do upload all of my previous streams to YouTube and to Twitch. Remember too, if you want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, at any time you can type !Discord in Twitch chat to get an invite link. Or you can go to the About Me section on my Twitch channel, and in the panels below you'll find a blue graphic. It says join the Discord, click that and you'll get an invite link that way. We're going to continue working on the landscape for the game called The House in the Hollow. That can be wishlist now on Steam. Again, type !Steam in Twitch chat, or go to the About Me section and look in my panels. Okay, so yeah, last week we were working on the landscape and this week we're going to be working on the landscape as well. We might switch things up a little bit today. We'll jump into Unreal and we'll do a little bit more work on the landscape, and then I think we'll jump into 3D Studio Max and do some UV mapping, and then I think we might jump, if I got time, into Substance Painter and do some texturing. So, because I want to, we were talking about adding Easter eggs to the game, and one of them was the homage to Half-Life 1 and 2. So I've created a crowbar and the glasses, the Freeman glasses, and also one of the supply crates from Half-Life. So we'll be using those as one of the Easter eggs in the section we're working in the moment. So if we jump into Unreal, as always guys, if you do have questions while I work, feel free to jump into chat and ask. If all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. Smurfberry, sorry I didn't notice. How are you, Smurf? It's good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Okay. Nice cold water. Sniper Girl. Hey, Sniper Girl. It's good to see you as well. And Euro. Sniper Girl says, all your Phil dildos are here. All my dildos are here. All my Phildo dildos. I'm doing really good, Sniper Girl. I hope you are. Smurf says you should check your notifications. Tamana, thank you for the subscription. You've been subbed now for 49 months. Wow. Thank you so much, Tamana. I do appreciate it, guys, when you sub to the channel. And thank you for the 49-month subscription. You are awesome. Yeah, actually, I was reading the Discord. You guys have been talking about what's been going on in the Discord in the 3D world. So remember, guys, the Discord channel is good if you want to show your work in the gallery. There's a gallery section because I love looking at stuff you guys make. And there's also tutorials and tips section, which is really useful as well. And I see Sniper Girls recently posted a new tutorial in that, a link to a tutorial talking about Substance Alchemist and their Atlas generator, which does look really cool. I haven't actually checked it yet, but I'll check it after the stream. But yes, so Epic Games bought Sketchfab. How about that? And Euro posted a link to the new terms of service, and they look really scary. So if you're a Sketchfab artist and you upload your stuff to Sketchfab, make sure you look at those terms of service, because unless they change that, I would not be uploading my stuff to Sketchfab anymore. Yes, and as Sniper Girl says, Unity bought SpeedTree as well. Sniper Girl says, I'm doing good, found an interesting guide. I look forward to trying over the weekend. You? Yeah, no, I'm doing really well. Yep, I'm good. I'm still nice and relaxed from my break. I didn't oversleep this morning. Last week, both days, streaming days, I overslept. The stream still started on time, but I got up much later than I usually do. But I'm starting to get back into the swing of things now, so I got up at my normal time this morning. So yes, Unity buying SpeedTree. See, this is what I don't get with Epic Games. I understand why they bought Sketchfab. It seems to be a bit of a double as what Quixel does, really. Sketchfab and Quixel are very similar. So I don't understand really. In my opinion, not that anyone cares what Phil thinks, but they should have, Epic Games would have been better off buying SpeedTree than buying Sketchfab, because they already have Quixel. So I don't get that. I really don't. Yura says they're a monopoly now, buying up everything. Yeah, I know. We've spoken about this before on stream. I wish Epic Games would just start concentrating more on what they used to do, which is giving grants to developers and not trying to buy up every 3D company in the world. Unnecessary. Oh, sorry guys, I'm a bit dehydrated. No, I haven't been drinking. You guys know I don't drink. So yeah, they seem to have, all that sweet Fortnite money seems to be going in the wrong direction, I think. Still, they'll do what they want to do. Thank you, Hellforge. Hey, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you had a good weekend. I hope you all had a good weekend. Thank you, Hellforge. There is a link to the Discord server if you want to become a Phildo and join the Phildo's 3D Discord. And if you're doing a wishlist, the game you see right in front of you here in the engine, you can click that link and it'll take you to the Steam store page. Yura says, Unity and SpeedTree generally. Unity only invest in companies that make sense for their engine, and not just because they're sitting on a pile of money. Yeah, well, I understand. I can see where Epic Games are coming from with buying Sketchfab. Look, I understand that. But it's still the same as Quixel. So they seem to be just throwing money at the same companies. Whereas if Epic had actually bought SpeedTree, it makes much more sense, because every game, just about every game, needs trees. As you can see, you need trees if you have any sort of landscape. And so buying Sketchfab when you already own Quixel, and they both do the same thing really, and not buying something like SpeedTree, doesn't make sense to me. They would have been much better buying SpeedTree. Still, Unity buying it, that's a good thing, I guess. We don't want these companies to go under. Like if SpeedTree had not been bought out, obviously they... Yeah, look, I don't want to guess, I don't know. But yeah, it's always good if a company gets bought and doesn't fold, put it that way. Not that I would have thought SpeedTree would have been in danger of folding, because every game uses SpeedTree. Well, not every game, but you know what I mean. I mean, you can get wind animation on landscape plants, trees through World Offset and stuff, using World Offset. You don't need SpeedTree. But SpeedTree do it really well. It's one of the best. It's always been one of the best for games development, so... Elfwood says save and coffee. Well, I won't save because I haven't done anything, but I will have coffee. You don't have to ask me twice, or tell me twice. Yura says Unity and SpeedTree. Generally, Unity only buy investing come out of that. Sniper Girl says, want to have vegetation in the environment, grass coming out of cracks, weeds and such. Hoping Atlas tutorial works well with Alchemist. Yeah, I'll check that tutorial video you linked to after the stream. Check it out after the stream. I only noticed it this morning when I opened up Discord. Didn't get a chance to check it out yet. She says, yeah, totally agree. They should have bought SpeedTree instead. I don't understand what Epic are doing. I don't know who's in charge of the investment money there, but yeah, that just seems odd to me. If they buying Sketchfab, which is the same as Quixel, and not buying SpeedTree, because there is no vegetation really in the Unreal Engine. Native vegetation. Like I said, you can use World Offset, but that's a really... I don't know. I don't like the look of World Offset. It makes things not behave properly, and like the wind animation, it just doesn't look quite right. Whereas SpeedTree works with wind animation, so you can completely vary it. You can vary it with World Offset, but it's anyway. SpeedTree is better, in my opinion, than trying to use World Offset to do an animated plant. Trying to do it through the texture and all that sort of rubbish. Euro says, no, they shouldn't have. Epic own too much in the creative industry. And again, yeah, I wish Epic would get back to what they used to do, where they used to give grants to developers of making people that made games, not people that create software for games. Anyway. Helpboard says, Epic should totally buy me. I could really use some of that sweet Fortnite money, couldn't we all? Smurf says, 10 years from now, Epic will be the next Adobe. Well, see, this is the problem. You don't want a monopoly in any industry. We see how Adobe operates. Tomorrow's a Just Chat stream. I really should be doing some work and not chatting. But yeah, we see how Adobe operate and Autodesk operate. You don't want companies like that. You know, it's not good for the industry overall, really. So I agree, Smurf, and I think in 10 years, well, Epic are almost there now, not talk about 10 years. I mean, they own a lot of the major 3D pieces of software companies now, you know. Sniper Girl says, to Hellforge, they can buy me too. Euro says, without having a diverse number of companies innovating different things in the 3D industry, all that talent will dry up under the banner of one or two massive companies. That's right. I agree 100%, Euro. He says, look at the damage Adobe have done to the graphics and photo industry. Epic are heading in that direction. They certainly are. I mean, I'm sure they're doing it. Oh, I don't know why they're doing it. I'm sure they're doing it for the good of the industry, but who knows? Sniper Girl says, Epic has a habit of pushing the boundaries. I mean, look at what they're introducing with 5, UE5 that is. I don't see that changing. No, I don't either. And I think what they're doing, like pushing the boundaries, is good. UE5 looks amazing. I mean, again, I haven't tried it myself personally. I haven't installed it because it's still in pre-alpha beta or whatever. I don't tend to want to use beta software, which is why I don't use the preview builds of UE4. Usually it's a bit too buggy. But yeah, which is a good thing. It's good to push the industry forward. We all want better graphics in our games, and we all want more realistic games. Well, most of us do. But yeah, I don't understand their investment strategy, really, Epic Games. I don't know what their end goal is, and I don't think it's good for the industry in general. Smurf says, it's not about whether they own a lot now, it's about how they develop the license and license that stuff. I think their attitude will change over time to be more draconian like Adobe. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. That tends to happen, unfortunately, with these companies that start buying up everything and become these huge, you know, monopolies. They don't tend to behave very well. Just look at Google, you know. Everyone used to love Google 10 years ago, and now Google's, you know, it's as bad as Facebook. Hero says this, yep, so what says Smurf's comment? Smurf says draconian, not draconic, unless they turn into dragons. Hero says they will gradually sneak in more and more things to terms of service and revenue models. Well, again, that change that Sketchfab have made to their terms of service, I want to know, was that Epic making those changes? I'm assuming it must be. If Epic buy the company and then there's new terms of service are released, I have to assume that's Epic Games putting those new terms in, and if that's the case, then shame on you, Epic. I think that's terrible. Those new terms of service are really bad. No, I don't like that at all. So if that's a pretense of what's to come, then that's not good. And Epic should really look at rewording those terms of service, because that's not good. As if you're a creative and you create your own IP, as Euro pointed out, then those terms of service are terrible. I mean, I have a feeling they're trying to, what they want to do is they want to have a legal right to actually advertise their Sketchfab service through other people's IP. So I don't think they want to, I don't think they don't want to steal your IP, but I think what they want to do is they want free reign over how they can use your IP to promote their new Sketchfab service. I think that's where but the way they've written it is not good. It doesn't sound good. But I don't think that I don't think they're trying to do anything nefarious. I just think that they want, the legal right to be able to use your work to promote Sketchfab. I think that's where they're coming from. But again, I'm not a lawyer and don't take my word for anything, but it doesn't sound good. Sniper Girl says, also stuff they tend to buy, they tend to make better, mostly. ArtStation free guides for the rest of the year. Quixel free. Reality Capture price dropped greatly. Yeah, well, that's true. I'm not saying that they haven't done good things. Of course, a lot of the caveats with that are you must be using the Unreal Engine to get all the stuff for free, which is fine. They give you the engine for free. You don't have to pay royalties unless you make over $1 million gross a year. If you make under $1 million a year from sales of your game or whatever it is you're using the engine for, you don't pay Epic Games anything. Now, and that's good. It's always been really good. Epic Games have devoted decades into creating the Unreal Engine from the Unreal days. You know, that came out decades ago. So they've invested a lot of time and money and effort into making Unreal. And for them to give it away for free, you don't even have to pay royalties unless you make over $1 million a year. That's a good thing. And yeah, so a lot of the free stuff from these companies that Epic have bought is only free so long as you're using the Unreal Engine. But the Unreal Engine is one of the best engines on the market. I've used it for decades. I love the Unreal Engine. I have no problem with that. If they say you must use Unreal, then that's fine. I would use Unreal anyway, but that's just me. I mean, Unity is good too. I haven't used Unity. The Cry engine, Lumberyard, that's gone open source now. We didn't talk about that either. I forgot about that. So yeah, you know how Amazon bought the Cry, a fork of the Cry engine, which they call Lumberyard. Well, that's been all made open source now, so it's completely free. Where were we going with this? Anyway. Sniper Girl says, I do agree with the terms of service in Sketchfab, though it's a bit scary. It is. It's always really make sure you read terms of service for anything you're going to be using on the web. You must read those terms of service because you don't want to sign your rights away, your IP rights away, or you don't want to let companies like Facebook data mine you, and you know, make sure you read the terms of service. I know it's boring, but it's really important. And if you don't agree with them, then don't don't sign up to the service. If enough people don't, then these companies will be forced to change the way they behave. Hero says, that was after Epic purchased them. Yep, okay. He says, I don't know if Sketchfab had planned that update prior to being purchased by Epic or not. Either way, it's not good. No, it's not good. And I wouldn't, unless those terms of service change, I would not upload any of my IP to Sketchfab. That's my advice to anyone watching me. Take it from someone who's worked in the 3D industry for a very long time. Those terms of service suck, and I would not upload any of my stuff to Sketchfab unless they change those terms of service. The other thing, actually, we're reading the terms of service. I have what went through my mind was, I wonder if what they want to do is they want to make all stuff uploaded from now on to Sketchfab free for people that use the Unreal Engine, and the only way they could do that would be to change the terms of service. Because at the moment, I don't sell on Sketchfab, but you can sell your 3D models on Sketchfab as well. I'm just wondering whether they're going to try and do something like Quixel, where if you use it for Unreal, you get it for free. If you don't use it for Unreal, then you're still going to pay. That's the first thing that went through my mind, but I could be wrong. Sniper Girl says, I don't think they do either. I mean, they still allow you to sell assets on there. Also went from 30 to 15% on their cut, which is good. That's a good thing. Still should word things better. Yeah, no, this 15% cut, like I sell on the creative market. You know, I sell my models on the creative market. They take 30% cut. 30% has been the standard cut a lot of these companies have used. And I really do admire Epic for trying to bring that right down, because Steam sales, you still pay 30% as a developer on Steam. And you really don't get anything for that. It's the same with the creative market. You don't see that 30% in these companies making your life easier or better or generating more sales or anything like that. No, it's just a cut that they want to take for doing nothing, basically. You know, they say it's to pay for the infrastructure and the servers, and yeah, look, I get all of that, but not a 30% cut for doing virtually nothing. I think that sucks. So I agree. I think it's good that Epic are trying to bring that down. I think that's a good thing. And you are right, Sniper Girl. They did reduce the cut if you want to sell your models, but I wouldn't sell my models based on those new terms of service on Sketchfab. I think that's a bit worrying. And I don't sell any models on Sketchfab, so. Yuri says Sketchfab should draft their terms of service to explain that assets would only be used in platform platform promotion. As it stands, it's a complete open session on anything uploaded there, with any legal complaint being forced into arbitration by terms of service. I agree. The way it's worded now, it's basically open slather that they can do whatever they want whenever they want, and you have no legal right to question them, which is what really concerns me with those new terms of service, and which is why I would not upload any of my IP to Sketchfab until, if and when that is changed. Sniper Girl says, totally agree, should change their terms of service and specify things. Yes, saving coffee. Yeah, I should start doing some work. Sniper Girl says, well, just copy because, yeah, he hasn't worked. Euro says, removing people's legal right to sue a company by sliding in changes to terms of service is a very shady practice. Yep, sure is. No argument from me there. Smurf says, that's why I gave my prediction a 10-year horizon. Right now they're still generous, but the more of the market they own, the more I think it will go to their heads. It just seems to be a natural evolution of a large entity. This is true. And look, I don't sell on the Unreal marketplace, but I've seen, I do go to the Unreal forums and I read what people write. And I've seen a lot of dissatisfaction happening now with sellers on the marketplace. Whether that's true or not, I can't say, because again, I don't sell on the marketplace, on the Unreal market. But I've seen people start to complain about that, about the way they're being treated on the marketplace as well. So, and these are developers on the marketplace, not people buying stuff from them. So let's hope that's not a pretense of what's to come. I have faith in Epic. I think Epic will try and do the right thing. Hopefully. They have so far. Let's hope they keep going that way. Yuri says, yep. Sniper Girl says, does anyone have the option to use points? Because I don't see it on my page. Oh, okay. I haven't been paying attention. Oh, no. So she wants to... okay. Smurf wants me to sit up straight, so I'm going to do that. So we'll mark that one as complete. And she wants to silence me for 5 minutes, I think it is, isn't it? Okay. Totally haven't redeemed a silence. Wonder when he'll notice. I've noticed. Phil operates in Australian time. He has to catch up to the... Hey, I come to you from the future. I'm ahead of you guys. I come to you from the future. You know that. Takes me a while to look back into the past. Okay, and I'll do the 5 minute silence and we can start doing some work, I guess. Okay. So I'm gonna redeem the silence now for 5 minutes. The future is upside down, Euro says. Okay, we're going into a 5 minute silence mode because Sniper Girl has redeemed silence Phil.
Clear my mind, close my eyes, where am I? Bumpy ride, looking out across the sky. As the wind blows in my face, there's water, water everywhere. How did I get here? Who is that man over there? My mind is blinded, is this all just a dream? Sails and rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink, and tomorrow I won't remember a thing. Sails and rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink, and tomorrow I will be hungover.
And I can talk again, finally. You know how hard it is for me not to talk. It's just cruel. Cruel and unusual punishment making me not talk for 5 minutes. But I agree, Euro. I think we'll leave the major discussions for tomorrow's stream, because tomorrow is going to be a Just Chat stream. Remember, the last stream of each month is a Just Chat, so that's for tomorrow. So I can chat my head off and no one can complain, because that's what the whole stream will be. I'll still get people complaining. People just like to whinge, I think. Way to insult your audience, call them all whingers. YouTube people will be ticked. No, the YouTube people will be very happy that you did that. Because again, I've told you guys, my YouTube audience don't like it when I talk too much. Which is fair enough, I guess. It's different when you're live and I'm chatting to you guys, because, you know, it's much more interactive. But people that go to YouTube obviously can't chat to me live because it's pre-recorded. So the chatting part of it is less important to them. I get that. I do get that. I know I whinge all the time, guys, on people that watch me on YouTube, but I do get it. I understand. But on YouTube, you can fast forward me. These people that watch me live just have to put up with me. So, Snappy Girl says, I mean the fact that you talked for the first 25 minutes. Yeah, no, they won't be happy about that. But again, guys on YouTube, if you really don't like me chatting away, then just fast forward me until you actually see me doing something like I am now, and then you know that it's safe to unfast forward to play the video again. Either that or speed me up, because you know how you can speed up playback on YouTube now? You can make me sound like a chipmunk. Speed me right up. So I'm just spreading some leaves along the path here to make the path look a little bit more interesting. Now at the moment, what I'll do, I probably won't do it on stream today, but what I generally do with all these leaf piles is I select them all and then I turn them into a hardware instance mesh. So basically the engine will take one of the leaf piles, and so it'll only read it into memory once, and then it will just hardware instance the rest of them. But the engine handles a lot of polys really well now anyway, but that's one way. Generally the way I optimize for these leaves is I'll hardware instance them. I might put a pile over here as well. Duplicate them again. And maybe another pile over here. So yeah, I think, like I said at the beginning of the stream, today what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of work here on the landscape. And then we're going to jump into Max and we're going to do a little bit of UV mapping. And then time permitting, we're going to jump into Substance Painter and just do some texturing, because I want to include those Easter egg assets. Because we want to put those Half-Life Easter egg assets in, so in this part of the landscape. So if I do it now while I'm working on this different bit of the, if I add the Easter eggs while I'm working on that section of the landscape, I won't forget to do it. I think that's the best way to go, because I know what I'm like. The next shiny thing will pop up and Phil will forget. It's like a baby with the keys. You know when you dangle keys in front of a baby, they're sort of like mesmerized. Well, that's sort of like what I'm like when I start to work on different parts of the landscape. I forget about what else I should have been doing back there. Let's rotate this one around a little bit. Okay, and then again we're going to have stairs here. So let's just grab another couple of bundles and I'll put one over there, I think. Might rotate it around a little bit. That's better. And we might have one over here. And we might put one more in over here. Maybe two more, one there and one over here. So we'll do one there and then we'll duplicate it. And we'll rotate it. With leaves you don't have to worry about rotating it so much, because these little leaf bundles, people are not going to notice that they're pretty much the same bundle over and over again. Because it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? Such a jumble of leaves that they're not going to notice the piles are the same. Okay, so we come along our path, we come along our path, we come along our path, and then we get to the main gate. That particle effect you see there, that's not going to be switched on. When you play the game and you get to the gate, you won't. The particle effect is actually once you go through the gate, it stops you from getting out again. So just pointing that out. But we do want to put an Easter egg over in here, in this little corner over here. And we decided that one of the Easter eggs for the game was going to be Half-Life, from Half-Life, because it's one of my favorite games. So we're going to work on the Easter eggs just for that part of the this part of the landscape. So let's do a quick save. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to put in before I go to the Easter egg stuff. Let me just have a quick look at my foliage and see if there's anything else I might want to pop into the landscape here. Maybe. You notice that visual glitching is gone now? And I didn't do a rebuild on the lighting. It seems to be, once you resave the level, it seems to clear it up. Not always, but it did this time, so we'll take the wins that we can get. I could put some ferns in. Do I want to put any in here though? That is the question. Maybe we'll come back to just to do a what they call a beauty pass on everything once we've got the rest of the landscape fleshed out a little bit more, because we do have some ferns here on the rocks. Maybe we'll put some in. I don't know. Snappy Girl says, put up with your silence, you. Again, I just have to get down to about player height here so I can gauge what things will look like. There's no point looking up here like this because the player will never be up in the air. Not sure. Maybe through here. Some ferns might look alright. Maybe I should wait for the ferns until we put the steps in. Just this section through here, I think some greenery might improve it a little bit. Thinking it's a bit brown. Not down here, but like the rocks and the trees through here. Maybe not. The same with the rocks over here. But maybe not. Seeing some rocks can be interesting. Yeah, maybe we'll leave that for the final beauty sort of pass at the end. When we go through the landscape and look around and see if there are any areas that look like they could look like they could use a bit of a lift. Alright, I think what we'll do is we'll just do a save here. Oh, we are getting that glitching happening again. But again, what I've found with this, Once I save the level out and reload the editor, it tends to stop that. Let's do a save all and let's jump into 3D Studio Max. And we have this crowbar and we have the glasses from Freeman's glasses and his crowbar. So I guess the first thing we should do is probably send them over to Rhizome and UV map them. Let's see what sort of job it does on this as one object. Yeah. Let's try a pelt map first. And you know, the pelt map is probably going to be the best. It's going to run the seam along the actual border here, which is alright. I mean, generally I would have liked the seam probably. But with the crowbar, I guess it doesn't really matter because these assets will be interactive in the game. Now, they'll be interactive but not part of the gameplay, so that you won't be using them in a puzzle. So you'll be able to pick them up and inspect them, but you won't be able to add them to your inventory. That's what I'm trying to say. My apologies for that alarm going off. One of the joys of living amongst a shopping district here where I live. So yeah, I think pelt mapping is probably going to be the best here, and that's probably not too bad. So let's save that by sending it back. And let's look at the glasses now. And I think with the glasses, it looks like it's broken into two sections with the middle part. Again, we'll start with a pelt map. We'll see what sort of job it does with the pelt. I should have done an optimization on the mesh before I brought it in, but that's okay. Maybe I should actually. I probably should do an optimization. I'll do that, I think. I'll just wait for it to finish here. Actually, let's stop it. Let's go back to max. And let's isolate it. And do a poly optimize. We'll merge the verts. I don't have to keep the UV maps because we haven't UV mapped it yet. And we'll bring it right down. That should be alright. Let's collapse the stack. Make sure it's not at poly. And send it back to Rhizome. Sniper Girl says, saw from work, going to take a bath. Totally won't do like last time and take my phone. Hope. Will you enjoy your bath? Let's try that pelt mapping again. No, pelt's not going to work for us with this one. Let's try the next unwrap. The unwrap looks messy, but that will probably work, I think. Let's go back to show. Unwrap the next side. And now see, this one didn't unwrap anywhere near as well. Let's see if one of the other unwrap tools does a better job. Yeah, this one actually I think does a cleaner unwrap. We might... Let me just have a look at this. No, that should be alright. We don't need to get too carried away. Again, these are not game assets. These are just Easter egg assets, so... I don't think there's anything else. No, let's send it back to Max and I'll do a repack in Max. So, we'll throw down an unwrap. Select everything and get it to repack. And I'm just going to throw a checker pattern down so I can make sure that the textile density is correct. And do a 20 by 20 tile. That should be good enough. That will be fine. Let's just remove that. And the crowbar. Let's unhide everything. And I'm just going to check the textile density on the crowbar as well. Yep, that'll be alright. Good. I'm going to do a save, but I'm going to save as a revision because we didn't optimize on the glasses. So it's going to be Gordon Freeman Easter egg _R2. Let's export the crowbar. Into Easter eggs. Freeman crowbar. Actually, I need to UV map these. They're actually just up. We don't need Ryzen for that. We're just going to do an UVW map.
New eyes, new vision.
And the Y and do a fit. Again, I'll just double check to make sure that's okay. That's fine. We're just going to use a glass shader for the glass part of the glasses. And again, I'm just going to do a save. And we're going to attach the glass to the glasses. Just going to collapse that. And attach that. And we're going to save Freeman glasses. We should be okay. We won't run into any copyright issues here. I think we should be fine. Valve won't be unhappy with us. It's a crowbar and a pair of glasses. I mean, I think we'll be okay. Again, I'm going to save here. Now, I do want to also bring in the crate, a supply crate. So this one, which which is partially textured, but we're going to continue. We're going to touch it up in Substance Painter, basically. So, but I do need to vertex color it. So I'm going to go in and color that one yellow, because you know it's yellow, why not? Now we want to also make sure we select the lettering. And the one up here. And I believe this lettering as well, yeah. Which is a major pain because there's so much of it, but I want to keep the lettering separate because I don't want to completely cover up the lettering with, like if I want to assign a wood texture to this, I don't want the lettering to be affected by the wood texture. The same, because we're actually going to add a dirt layer too, so the letters really need to be kept separate. And there is no easier way for me to do this than doing it by hand. Oops, selecting them one by one. Maybe doing an invert would have been quicker, I guess, but we're nearly there now, so we'll keep going. So I could have selected everything except for the lettering and then done a select invert. That might have been a bit of a quicker way to do it. Not hugely quicker, but you know. I don't think there's any other text. There is. There would be, wouldn't there? Okay. I can't remember with the crowbar whether I have a feeling there may have been like half the crowbar might have had like red on it in the original Half-Life game. Like the handle part might have been red and then the ends were metal. I can't quite remember. We may have to do some research on Google to look for an image so I can double check that. Because we want to make sure we're accurate with colouring. Not sure what's going on there. May have to have a look at that. Looks like it might be an issue with the mesh. I think what I'm going to do here is, because of that visual error there, I might detach this temporarily and then we can reattach it after the fact. Okay, now I don't think there's any more text. No. So we're just going to temporarily detach that from the mesh. And I'm going to go into isolation mode here. And yeah, it looks like a couple of polys here shouldn't be here. That one and that one. Let's select that, change the color of that to, or change it to, I don't know, that color, because why not? So we've colored that, and the actual, we might separate these pieces. Well, look, I'm not going to detach them, I'm just going to give them a different vertex color. Yura says, yeah, it was a red-orange color. What are we talking about? Wax King, K-Wax King, it's good to see you, says, hey there, brother, hey to you as well. And I see you've been working on your golem, and you posted a new image in the gallery. We'll show that off just before I sign off for the day. Today, Wax King, it's looking really cool. Hey, it's good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Sniper Girl says, what's this? What's this link? Oh, the crowbar. Thank you, Sniper Girl. We'll check that out in 2 seconds. Just let me finish vertex coloring this up. And again, for anyone that's just joined and wondering what I'm working on, we are working on some Easter eggs for the game, and we're working on Half-Life. Because Half-Life is one of my favorite games. And as one of the developers, I want to put some Easter eggs in the game. I decided, well, we all decided because we spoke about it last week on stream, that one of the Easter eggs would be something to do with Half-Life. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just working on one of the supply crates. We won't say from Half-Life because it's not from Half-Life, but inspired by the supply crate in Half-Life. There we go. Inspired by. As artists, we can say inspired by and get away with that. Okay, let's make that a green. And then I'm also just going to make sure that these are colored individually. That's the central part of the crate. Let's make that, I don't know, a red color. Okay, now I need to reattach the writing. And I'm going to turn vertex coloring on so we can make sure we haven't forgotten anything. So we've got the red, the green, the yellow, and the writing. Oh, I think we're good. So let's just do a save there, and let's export the crate. Wax King says, great to see you, friend. I hope you're well. I am well. You know, I had my holiday a few weeks ago, so I was away from all technology in the middle of nowhere, in the wilderness, and it was nice. It was really good. Yeah, I'm feeling good, nice and relaxed. Wax King says, awesome, sounds good to me. Yeah, and I do. The golem's looking really cool, and I will show it off just before I finish the stream today. So thanks for posting it in the gallery, Wax King, too. But remember, guys, if you have any work that you want me to show on the stream, post a link in the gallery on the Discord server. If you don't want me to show it on the stream because you're, a little bit shy or something, I get that. That's fine. Just when you post the image, say, please don't show it on the stream, and I won't. Wax King says, hey, here is a fun question. I'm getting into characters and I'm learning reachology for low poly for baking. And it's a bit different for characters. I was wondering if anyone here knows any good workflows. Yeah, again, I'm not a character artist, so I'm not probably the best person to ask with regard to character workflows. I don't think hang on. Android Lust is in the stream today because he's probably the best person to talk to. Again, I don't know if he uses that workflow, if he does that sort of low to high poly modeling, but yeah, Smurf says, I think the process is essentially the same as the other retopology, just that the edge flow matters. Yeah, I know that edge loops and edge flow does really matter a lot with character work. I think Smurf is correct in that, yeah, a high and a low is pretty much the same, but it's just the edge loops, and it's usually around the facial and nose areas and mouth that the edge loops are really important. Wax King says I can message him later on. I've been chatting with him. Yeah, Android Lost is probably the best person because he's one of the guys who does amazing character work that you guys have seen on the stream here. So yeah, he's on the Discord again. He'd be the best person to talk to. Smurf says, and joints. Yeah, and joints. That's right. So yeah, the loops and the around joints, because characters obviously generally are animated. So it's really important that your edge loops and joints are correct for animation. Otherwise, if you send your model to an animator, if you're not an animator and you haven't set that up correctly, they're going to yell at you. I've seen it in studios before. And I have friends who are animators, so I know what they're like. Just like I've yelled at animators when they've set up camera. I remember one time actually, it's not supposed to be a chat stream, but yeah, I remember one time when I was working on the Mad Max game, I said to the animator, who was a good friend of mine and still is, I said to him, because he was doing the animation for the main character and he was actually also doing the camera animation, and my job was to do the environment work. So so I did the environment, and I said to him, make sure you don't angle the camera too low, looking too high up into the sky, because the way I'd done the skybox was actually, it didn't have a top to it, basically. So it looked fine from 0 degrees up to like maybe 80 degrees. So I said, don't go above like 80 degrees in the camera movement, because if he went up to 90 degrees, you could see that there was no top to the skybox. And what does he do? He goes up 90 degrees. Could have killed him. Anyway. Yura says, Georgian, I can't even pronounce that, Vasiliki streams character work. So my apologies to Georgian. I can't pronounce their last name. So there you go. There's somebody else who streams and does character work on Twitch. Pretty sure you pick up plenty of typology just watching. Thanks, Euro. Yeah, so check out that Twitch streamer. Nimlot26. We haven't exported this yet, have we? No. So Freeman Crane. Okay, now again I'm going to save this to make sure I saved it. And I'm going to check out the link for the crowbar that Sniper Girl posted, because I want to check the way it was textured in the original game. Again, that's my website, phildoes3d.com, my Twitch username with the .com on the end. You can check out my good, there we go. So yeah, that's what I thought. I thought the middle part was red. It was a long while ago I played Half-Life, but yeah, I thought that. So basically from the top of the bar to the bottom of the bar is red. Alright, so what that means is we need to open up our crowbar again. And then I need to isolate this bit, because I want to vertex color it differently. So what I'm going to need to do, I think, is split the mesh. Let's see if we can actually select the middle part. Oh, no, we can, that's good. So let's do it this way. Let's collapse the stack. And color the middle part red, because that'll remind us it's supposed to be red. And the two end pieces can be normal. But we'll make them a different color just to be on the safe side, and let's make them green. And the glasses, they're all going to be the same color, so that's fine. Did I go into full screen? I didn't mean to. I think I must have. There we go. So that means we just need to re-export the crowbar one more time. Create crowbar. And yeah, the glasses they don't need to be separated up, because Freeman's glasses were just black frame glasses all over. Okay, now yeah, and again, I don't think we didn't even talk about Adobe buying. Well, we know Adobe bought Algorithmic, but they've actually changed Substance Painter from being like a separate installer thing now. They brought it into the Adobe ecosystem pretty much. So there was a new version of Substance Painter released, and a new version of Alchemist, and also the other Substance program. The other algorithmic program, I can't remember what's the other one called. There's Substance Painter, Substance Alchemist, and Substance, because I don't use it, Designer. Thank you, Smackberry. Yeah, they updated all of those to bring them more in line with Adobe's sort of like suite of programs. So they changed the splash screen when you open up the program and all sort of jazz. Apart from that though, it looks pretty much the same. And I am using the new version of Substance Painter. You can't see it, it's behind me. So let's jump into Substance Painter. It looks identical. They changed a few things down here on the shell, made some icon changes. But aside from that, it's pretty much the same. So let's create a new project. And let's bring in that new model, projects, models, Easter eggs, and let's start with the glasses, because they're going to be pretty easy. Compute tangent space. Let's bake the map out. Glasses and glasses glass. We only really are interested in the glasses, but we'll do it all anyway. There are no IDs on this, so we don't have to worry about the ID maps. But we're going to use the low poly to the high poly. We're only doing this so that we can get proper, if I want to add any smart masks, it will apply correctly. We'll bake them all. We don't need to do we're actually not doing anything with the glass part of this anyway. We're going to use a shader in Unreal. Okay, so we're in the glasses, yep. What do we got here? Let's have a look at our smart materials. And I have noticed actually with this new version of from Adobe that they've just released that the caching is much better. You know how I always used to whinge about how long it used to take to recache all of these graphics, like materials? The new version is much faster. It caches them a lot more quickly. So that's good. So what do we want here? We're going to have, I guess, a plastic frame.
I'm getting closer and closer and closer to truth, moving farther and farther and farther from you.
Let's just let's do a filter on plastic.
What am I waiting for?
So we've got a black hard plastic, which would probably be okay for the frame.
To move on from the pain of repeating mistakes. I'm finally
That might be interesting.
I let go of yesterday.
Plastic glossy scuff, that could be interesting too. Thermoformed. Okay, I think what we might do is we might go with
Got me down on my knees, praying to my God for release, try to heal.
I can't remember if these sci-fi ones are the ones that give the program an issue. But look, let's do this. Let's do a save as. So let's save the file because I don't trust the program not to crash it. Because I can't remember some of our smart materials. There's a set that I've got that really cause issues for the program. It seems to crash it for some reason. So we'll do a save just in case. Yeah, we're calling these ones Freeman glasses. So let's start with this sci-fi dark to begin with. Let's see, that didn't crash, good. This is an underlying sort of material, smart material. Yuri says Adobe such and such. I can't word my thoughts on that and stay PC. Yeah. Well, there's no going back now, I'm afraid. I mean, I do like Substance Painter. It's a really good program. Adobe own it now, so we've just got to put up with it, whether we like it or not. I'm just going to get rid of this blank layer from the bottom. Okay, so we have another plastic on top of this one, which is just a black gloss. And then we also have this other one that looked interesting. It's got scratches through it, so yeah, I like this one too. I like these scratches. I think that's interesting. Adds interest. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a smart mask. So let's jump out of plastic into our masks. If I can remember where they are. There we are. We're going to go with the surface worn, I think. Hang on. There we go. Don't use the program for a few weeks and you forget completely how to use it. Yura says, I have Marmoset. My next period of free time, I'm going to look into porting my shaders into it. Maybe even have a look at making my own materials. Yeah, again, Marmoset is very popular. I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys that watch my channel like to use Marmoset. Wax King says, I'm going to head out, my friend. You take care, brother. You too, Wax King. Thanks for being here. And again, yeah, I will show your image on the stream just before I close off for the day. But thanks for popping it into the gallery. It's looking really cool. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's finished. And I will show it off just before I end the stream today. You have a great day, great night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, Wax King. And thanks for popping in and saying hi and for putting the image in the gallery. Okay. I am still streaming to you guys, aren't I? I'm hoping. Yeah, you guys would tell me if I wasn't, I'm sure. Just let me check something over here. Chrome. Won't be 2 secs, guys. I'm just looking. I'm reading something over here. Well, anyway, I'll come back to that later. So yeah, let's say that smart mask. I'm just going to pull in a little bit of the underlying darker plastic. We won't get too carried away. It's a pair of black rimmed glasses. I mean, you know, it is what it is. That should be okay. Again, let's just do a save. Let's export textures. Make sure we're going into the right folder. I won't separate up the folders. Usually I create a folder for each texture, but we won't for this one. Let's make sure, yep, we're in the right template. We're not going to export the glass though, because we're going to be using a shader in Unreal for the actual glass part of the glasses. So let's export. Again, let's save. Let's create a new project. Bring the crowbar in. Bake out the maps. Use the high as the low. Actually, let's rebake that because we do have vertex coloring on this one, so I'll change it to vertex color. Okay, back to our smart materials, back to, let's see, do we have like a rubber? Maybe. See what this one looks like. I'm going to mask with color selection to that bit. I can't quite remember with a crowbar, because I actually don't own a crowbar, whether that red part is actually like a rubberized material or if it's just painted steel. I don't know. Back again, Sniper Girl. Helpful, it says save and copy. Good idea. The steam isn't down, is it? No, it should still be going. Euro says, yeah, but in 4 you can texture. Yeah, but in 4 you can texture. It's painted, Sniper Girl said. Oh, okay, so it's not a rubber, it's a paint. Okay. Alright. Alright, well, let's turn the rubber off. Because, yeah, again, I don't own a crowbar, so, so I've never really looked. Let's have a look at this one then. Mask with color selection to that bit. Let me just remove that one and that one. Let me look at this. Look at the mask. What we might do is we might just want to make sure I'm working on the right way here. We might add a paint layer. We want to go to white. I don't quite like that line, so I'm just going to paint that out. Because again, from the reference image that Sniper Girl posted, Freeman's crowbar does not have these metal on the edges here. It's just all red, so we'll do the same. Helpwood says, I don't own a crowbar and you don't own a crowbar and you can call yourself Australian. I know. What's going on? I don't own a crowbar though. I don't own a jack either. You know, a jack you use to jack up your car when you want to change the tyres. So. Helpwood says crowbars and pub brawls after footy matches are iconic. Let's do a save. That's true. Unfortunately, to my shame, Australians do like to pub brawl as well. Freeman crowbar. I'm just doing a save just in case so I can have a coffee. Or maybe I'm thinking of the English. Yeah, well, the English are just as bad. Let's just get rid of these lines. Now I'm doing this because I quite like the distressing that the mask is added in other spots. So if I was just to get rid of the whole mask, we'd also get rid of the rusting and the distressing. I don't want to do that. I just want to get rid of the line, and there's no easy way for me to do it, so I'm just going to paint it out. Abigail says, totally not wondering if you'll figure out that the shift and the left click is a good way to do straight lines. I will do it my way, thank you very much. I am aware of what you're saying. This takes next to no time anyway. So are there any upcoming games you guys are looking forward to? Anything new being released that I'm not aware of? Game-wise? I don't think there is anything that I'm looking forward to particularly. Been a bit of a drought of really good games recently. I think it's because of the, you know, all the problems the world has had. A lot of games have been delayed. Euro says, nah. Healthwood says to Sniper Girl, you know it takes a while for Phil to sort things out. You people, you be quiet, all of you. You stop giving poor old Phil a hard time. I like doing it this way. Just because it's faster doesn't mean it's better. I gotta feel like I'm actually doing some art here by doing it by hand as opposed to doing it the way you guys want me to. There we go. That didn't take very long. Euro says they were filming the next Batman movie today in Glasgow. Oh wow, the Bat bike looked cool. The next Batman, hey? I didn't know they were making a new Batman. Oh, well, that'll be cool when that comes out. Who's playing Batman now? Because they change so often. Every few years or every few generations there seems to be a new Batman. Something strange going on there. That is very strange. Okay, so it is that. Sorry guys, I'll be just 2 seconds. Okay. Now you have my full attention again. Sniper Girl says hard time. We never give you a hard time, never. Euro says I don't know, they were in costume. I'm sure you can find out. Sniper Girl says to Euro, that's the one with the dude from Twilight, right? Euro doesn't know. Sniper Girl says, yep, the main dude from Twilight, Robert Pattinson, is Batman. Should be sparkling. You posted the clip in Discord? Cool. I'll check it out. I'm just reading what Sniper Girl. Someone has way too much time on their hands. John Wick, but with Half-Life 2 sound effects. She's posted a video. I like the John Wick movies, by the way. Okay, so Euro's posted it there. I'll check that out too after the stream. Hellford says, Falling Frontier, Warhammer 4K Dark Tide, and Warhammer 4K Chaos Gate. Demon Hunters are the main things I'm excited for. And Back 4 Blood. Okay, you like your Warhammer, don't you? Which is cool, nothing wrong with that. Let's go to metal. What do we got here? Let's did we say Freeman crowbar? Let's save it again to make sure. Let me have a copy. Euro says it's nothing too special, but it's called a Glasgow equals Gotham City. It is cool. I remember watching a Nicolas Cage movie. I can't remember what it was called now. It was the one where the sun throws out a huge solar flare, and at the end of the movie, the planet's basically burnt to a crisp because of this solar flare. That movie with Nicolas Cage, and it was about aliens that come and rescue the children and take individual animals, and to resettle them on another planet before the planet's destroyed. That was actually filmed here in Melbourne. They did CGI on buildings and stuff, but it's always interesting to see when you watch a movie and you actually recognise the buildings, you know. Snappy Girl says, I'm honestly out of the loop on games. I'm not sure what's coming. I don't think there has been a lot released though, because of, I think the human malware has pushed a lot of games back. Snappy Girl says, I guess it's a good thing that they didn't use Chicago again like Dark Knight. Hero says, the new Fast and the Furious movie has a bit filmed in Edinburgh. Yeah, cool. Metal. Metal dirty. My metal dirty. Why did I make some? I obviously made a few metals here. I can't remember what I would have made them for, but anyway. Let's have a look at this one. We did do a save, so we should be okay. We're going to mask with color selection to the ends. It's not too bad. I'm just going to go back to the underlying red one here, and I just want to change the color a little bit. I just want to make it a little bit more red, because I think the original Half-Life crowbar was actually redder than that. Let's do a quick save, and I think we can call our crowbar done. Hellford says, I love Warhammer 40k. Not too keen on Warhammer Fantasy, however. Again, I'm just going to check a couple of things here, guys. It'll only be a sec. That's what I thought. Okay, let's just change this. Yeah, so let's export the textures now for the crowbar. They still didn't fix this problem with it remembering the actual path that you last used. I wish Adobe would fix that. Crowbar, that should be good. Export. Save. Let's create a new project and let's bring in the crate. We want to The fill mask, I believe. If I'm doing things correctly, yes, that's the fill. We want to go into the textures folder, which will be, which one? Where's the textures folder? Materials, smart materials. Libraries. They changed everything around and I can't find the textures, but anyway. So where have they moved that to now? We want to bring in the crate texture, which I believe is this one. Let's see if it is this one. Into the, they've removed the textures. This is the first time I've used the new version since Adobe updated it, a few weeks ago. Hang on, well, no, I'm looking at the wrong spot. We want to bring it into texture. There we go. They didn't remove it. Into the current session. And we want to use this as the base color. Okay. Wait. There is a problem. Problem is the text. And I believe that's my fault because I didn't, maybe not. Let's have a look here. Maybe we can get away with not doing it. So I'm going to jump back into just the normal materials. I'm just looking for a dark color. This one will do. Let's mask that with color selection. And I didn't do a bake out, so let's do the bake out. And again, the ID we want with vertex color. Alfred says, isn't there a save export option or some such that keeps the path and export settings so you don't have to fill it in every time? There is, and I do use it, but I don't want, I have to, that will keep, even if that keeps the path, which I don't think it does, it would still save it to the same spot all the time. I don't want that. So let's just remove this color selection here and let's clear out the mask. World space ID. Let's try masking with color selection again. No, it does look like I have forgotten to what have I done wrong with the text? Let's jump back into Max. I want to check that. I'm just not sure what's going on there. So let's reopen up the crate. I just want to know why I'm not seeing my text here, basically. Let's turn vertex coloring on again. It should be alright. It should not be an issue. Well, yeah. Okay, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to We're going to do an invert selection in a minute. It looks like we might have some flipped normals here as well, I think. But let me select everything first and then we can look at that. Okay, let's detach that. Yeah, let's detach that. And then I'm going to also detach those. So we're just left with the text again. Hang on. Hang on, what is going on here? So we have that. Wait. I'm going to attach that back to that. I'm just going to get rid of a couple of these that shouldn't be there. I'm just wondering why the text is... What is going on with the text? I think there might be, yeah, I want to fix these flipped normals to begin with. So let's flip this one around. There we go. Always something. Snappy Girl says, shouldn't the wood grain flow lengthwise? You're talking about this way as opposed to this way? I don't think that matters too much. We're going to be probably throwing a new wood texture over the top of it anyway. But I need to figure out why the text is not showing up correctly. Bit of an issue, I'm not sure why. But to do that, what other thing I'm going to do too is I'm just going to make sure everything is welded correctly. Let me just come in here. Okay. Let's detach that. And then we have this. Let's detach that. So yeah, now that leaves just the text. Well, actually, text and a bit of these which need to be removed. Let's detach that. Let's attach that to that. Let's select all of the text and let's give that a vertex color of purple. We gave it a color, so why is it not showing up? Is it fully purple? Let's try this again. I'm just going to do a save here before I reattach everything so I don't have to come back. So let's start with that. Let's attach that and that and that. Let's re-export it again. Let's edit the project and re-import the file. Let's bake the maps. Pick, yeah, again, you see it's it's not showing me my text. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project just in case the program is glitching. Let's try baking the maps out directly at the beginning. See the text there. I don't actually see it here though. I'm not sure what's going on there. It may be part, actually I think it's part of the UV map. Let's get rid of the ambient occlusion. Let's just try this again. Mask with color selection. And again, it's not showing me my text. Why? Why? Not sure. I want to show, we may have to pick this up next week, but because I want to show Wax Kink's Golem before I sign off for the day. There's something weird going on with the text here. Save and coffee, yes. Another girl says that's a relief. That's what I'm talking about. The wood grain follows section that is the longest. Yeah, we're going to retexture that. Retexture the wood grain using a material more than likely. So don't stress about it. I'm more worried about why my text is not showing up inside of it. It looks like actually the vertex coloring is not being picked up as well for the text. So I'm going to have to look at that. I'm not going to save it because I don't want... We've reattached everything. I want the things to be kept separate. So I'm going to reopen the crate and not save. That way everything is still separated up. It's easier for us to work on. When we come back next... when we're working on it next week, tomorrow's just chat, remember. But let's have a look at the golem. Oh, and Smurf, what did you post? Making some progress on the Python-generated procedural plant maker. That's really cool. I'll check that out in a minute. Let's look at the golem wax kink that I was working on. And thank you for the reference image too, Sniper Girl. Very cool. Looking very nice. I like this up here. Yeah, this is really cool. I like the way he's adding these details here to the model. Looking very cool. And the glow between the hands and the arms. Very nice work, Wax Pink. They're coming along really nicely. Looks really cool. So he's posted this to his art station. So check his art station out as well. It does. It looks really good. Oh, what did I do there? There we go. And Smurf is making some progress on his Python-generated procedural planet maker. And I think I said plant before, because you guys know Phil can't read. So a procedural planet maker. Yeah, Sniper Girl says, could be the normals to be reversed on the text. I think that is exactly what it is, Sniper Girl. That was, I have a feeling it is as well. I think it's the reversed flip normals. That's the problem for the text. But again, we'll look at that next week. When we actually place, yeah, because next week I want to finish off that section of the landscape once we place the Easter eggs there, and then we can move to another part of the landscape to start working, doing some more work. But yeah, I think it might be flip normals, yeah. Thank you, Hellforge. If you do want to join the Discord server, click that link. Hellforge popped into Twitch chat. If you want to wishlist the game you see me working on at the moment, you can click that link. Hellforge popped into Twitch chat to take you to the Steam store page. Sniper Girl says, you are edumicated. I'm not sure what that is. This is cool, Smurf, though. So it's the Python-generated planet maker. Very cool. And this is the height map that's exported from it by the look of it, Smurf says. Yep, that's a height map. It's cool. I'm more interested in this Python generated script that you're making though. It looks really cool. It's sarcastic for educated. I gathered that, Sniper Girl. I thought that's what it was. So thanks, Smurf, for posting the image. I'm really interested in this Python generated script you're creating. And also thanks, Wax Kink, for showing us your work on the stone golem, because it looks cool. Really cool. Smurf says, that's all Python, layering simple noise. I'm impressed. So it's coming along, it looks cool. Very nice. And so you're still working on it though, so I'm impressed with what you've come up with so far. We saved this, didn't we? Let's just make sure. We did. And Max, this is the separated version. Let me just have a look and see if it is actually that inverted on these. You could be right, Sniper Girl. You are correct. It is inverted, I can tell. So this one, we want to do a flip. Now it's correct. I can tell from the color in Max. This one we want to do a flip. In case you're wondering how you know. See how it's much brighter once I flip it? And we want to flip this one. And we want to flip this one. And we want to flip this one. That's exactly what the problem was. Okay, so let's just do a quick save here on the Max file. And Substance Painter, we won't save this, we'll create a new project I think next week for that one. But I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. I do want to thank you though for being here and for watching. I will be back on again tomorrow. Now remember, tomorrow's going to be just the chat stream. So it's a good day for me because all I have to do is talk all day, which is what I love doing anyway. You're quite welcome. Yeah, thank you guys though for letting me show your work off on the stream as well. And for being here, of course, and for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, I want to thank Tamana for the subscription, 49-month sub. Euro says a quick save in Maxwell, rolling back 7 years there, Phil. Did I say Maxwell? In Max, 3D Studio Max. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for our Just Chat stream. We can talk about anything and everything and anything you guys want to talk about on our Just Chats. So yep, 5 PM tomorrow, I'll be back for Just Chat. You guys and girls have a good night, good day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all hopefully again tomorrow. See you guys.